process, and I really believe in that. It's about time for me to stop eating all this good food and put on my refrigerator the picture of the version that I want to be, you know? I believe that if you see where you want to be, whether it's as a country or as an individual, that's the healthy way to do it, because it gives us the energy to keep going in a productive and positive manner. So despite the very realistic conversations that we need to have all the time, that positive look at the vision where we are headed is what I'd like to keep foremost in my mind. And that's the way I am, that's the way I go at problem solving.
And the deficit reduction starts right here.
Yep.
If we have healthy economic conditions here, we're just a root. But we're a root that feeds and nurtures the whole system.
Yep. I completely see it that way.
You know, and to go back to the Forest Service, how does the Forest Service get the desire to collaborate and to cooperate if they have the threat that they're not going to be into existence? They are going back to the state or the county. Then they will collaborate and cooperate.
Revenue.
But it's not just the Forest Service, it's EPA and it's
Well,
FEMA.
but there's a lot of things, but they will not act unless they feel that there's a serious threat that they are not going to exist.
Yep. Yep.
Then they understand, oh my goodness,
Yep.
I probably need to go back to the basics and see what got me here in the first place.
See, I love that, back to the basics. There was, I just have to tell you a personal story. There's an ecumenical pastor from Clackamas who's on my immediate team. And she had a little event for me the other night and served some nice hors d'oeuvres and whatnot with these certain little napkins. And on the napkin there was the picture of an adorable little girl with hair about the length of yours and super curly, you know. And this little napkin says, on the outside, I'm sure I look like a really nice person, and I am, but on the inside, I am pure badass. And had that napkin not come from the person that it did, you know, this made it special, carry special meaning for me. That's important. Because you also have to be very clear and very firm.
If you're not,
Right.
Yeah.
Stick to your values.
Yep.
And not be swayed.
Yeah. Someone asked me the other day, where do you compromise? Because compromise can be important. But if you are sacrificing anything about the Constitution, anything about our liberties, whether as individuals or as a district, no.
There's a real paranoia here about our current president tearing down the Constitution with his last 11 executive orders.
Yep.
Can we stem that? I don't see that. We can stem that.
Well, you know, there are some really good people in Congress right now. If we can make progress in the Senate and partner in the Congress, I believe that we not only can do it, we must do it.
We must do it.
must
Because this is not, that is not the government that was set up in our Constitution.
No, no.
Agree?
I agree.
It cannot go forward.
I have to start on beast.
Yeah.
That's how you get to it.
Yeah.
Is control of Congress.
Yeah.
Congress has the purse strings.
And I do believe that there are some very good people there who truly have a will to serve, and I think joining forces with them would be a real privilege.
But it's sort of overwhelming. I have 5 legislative people who are really trying to do that here, and they are just fed up with here with not being able to get any collaboration with other groups.
Well, and that's why I believe that it's important we have to have an umbrella that is our vision, but in tackling it as an individual, you've got to have priorities to know where to start.
Where to start?
Because that elephant is too big to chew all at once. I mean, we know that. And if we are clear on what is our overall vision, which, you know, I've got that as a part of my philosophy, and if you disagree with it, you shouldn't vote for me. That's just the way it is, you know? But if you do agree with that, then I look to you to say, where do we prioritize? Because that's what, as a district, we need to focus
And,
on.
and give us like collaboration and coordination, and then we can take care of ourselves.
I know, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very essential. I mean, that's the way it ought to work, yeah. So anyway, that's kind of who I am.
No, you haven't finished.
Oh,
There is one thing that she hasn't said about herself that is very important. She was an exchange student.
that's right.
And one of the things that you get from being, Sue and I were involved in the exchange program for a number of years. And one of the things that you get from the exchange program is what we have here. And it's part of your soul, it's part of your being.
I remember coming back from Turkey, Bursa, Turkey, on the Seven Seas, which sank a few years after our trip overseas. But anyway, it was with the American Field Service. And I remember when we passed by the Statue of Liberty. And we'd all had on that ship a marvelous experience in AFS. We had loved it, even though the conditions were so different from what we had here. We were living in very difficult conditions at that time, as a matter of fact. But we all loved, in that experience, the international friendships that had been developed. But to see that Statue of Liberty, there were several of us. I was, by the way, one of the few who wasn't just sicker than a dog on that. And I don't know why I wasn't, but I wasn't. But anyway, I remember going over to the edge of the ship, and several people who were not in good shape joined me over there, and we wept. Seeing that Statue of Liberty, because of everything that it meant in terms of returning home.
That's what I wanted to say.
And you know that feeling.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't abroad, but
Yes, you were.
well, in assurance, as an exchange
All
student.
expenses paid.
Yeah, a freebie.
I was an exchange student.
Well, it's been a pleasure to be with all of you. And by the way, if you don't have a lawn sign in your yard, Earl would love to equip you with 1 or 2 or 10. So there are ways that I would really appreciate your support for those, we don't know, maybe 70, 75% of voters who have not yet voted, who are going to. There are more than that who haven't voted, but who won't.
I would like to put up a sign that I live way up in the trees, on a dead-end road.
Now, would that be symbolic, up in the trees?
I am up in the trees.
Well, thank you so much. It's just
Thank
been
you.
an absolute pleasure
This
for
food
us to be
here.
with you.
It's gonna be thrown out if you don't
And I
eat
don't
it.
know how you.
Did you hear?
I may take a little bit of
Well,
it.
help yourself now.
Great,
It
thank
was
you.
very interesting. I wanted to see what the difference between the questions that were going to be asked there, here, what, you know, if there was a huge difference, and there wasn't a huge difference.
There's overlap.
Yeah, there's overlap, but there were obviously different priorities down there than there are here.
And had you been, next time you can go with me the whole way. In Lincoln City, it was very different.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
They,
With the
I
focus
can't
there.
imagine jobs. I just, I can't get my mind around that.
It's a major difference.
A focus, much more focus on tourism.
And tourism.
And how does the economy need to recover in order to have more people spending money here?
Well, we have the same concern.
Yeah.
We just didn't get there.
Yeah. It's a matter of emphasis, very strong difference in emphasis.
Oh, oh, yes, you're right. They even got a airport down there that serves people. That's one thing we have here, we're underdeveloped. We have the largest platted industrial commercial land on the coast, right out here at the port of Tillamook Bay.
Wow.
And we don't have the funding or the power to develop that property.
Well,
Well,
FEMA, you just haven't got enough money from FEMA yet.
Well, that was only 32 million.
You know, if anyone would like to take some goodies home, I bet anything they would give us a box. So,
Yeah, the grocery store.
there's some good looking
you might be able to sell it for
Good to meet you guys, and I'll be in communication
What
with you.
side of the Mason-Dixon line are you on, Gus? Are you still in 32 or Deborah Boone?
I'm still in 32.
Are you? Okay.
I'm on the other side.
I'm gonna get a hold of you because I'm running, I want to make some changes
Oh,
here.
I'm so glad to be an artist.
We
I
got-
was at your meeting the
I
other day.
admired her all night.
I was at your meeting the other day.
Before,
Were you-
kind of had the tour. So, it's
That
really
new face
nice.
sitting in the back of the room.
I
Oh,
said
okay,
at the
that's
time
right.
that I thought
Yeah,
the juxtaposition of the
No, I was just thinking the
flag
other day, just.
was my favorite.
And we got-
I get your
Or
mood.
the old,
Okay.
the old,
We got a
regular
hundred kids,
relatives.
probably what, 100 kids graduating
And that was the
Tillamook
9/11
this
one.
year?
That's
100
what
kids
I
gone,
did.
graduating out of Tillamook
I
this year
didn't know
probably.
that.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, we probably.
Yeah, probably
We
about
got
that.
about 60 down at
Yeah,
Scott.
everybody, all
Probably
the
about
artists
60,
had their own
70.
little feelings and we all.
When I went to Neocon,
It
it was,
comes
my
out,
graduating
yeah.
class, I think was 49.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the flag.
What I'm saying is,
Christmas, I'm
There-
gonna.
There's at least
put a little
200,
church.
250 kids.
Right.
Just count it.
There's that positive.
Yeah.
Positive. I'm gonna grab these.
Yeah.
Did you
Some
all
of them
get
are in the
one?
military,
Wanna
I'll
take
tell
one
you
of
what.
these with
the
you?
Oh,
majority
yes,
of them
thank
stay
you.
here.
That's
Then you've
right.
got my
You see,
cell phone.
You looked in the
Yes,
WhatsApp and the.
thank
you.
There's nothing.
Did you
There's
get one?
nothing.
Nothing.
Perfect.
There's
Here's my
nothing.
cell phone. Call me anytime.
It's, you know, it's.
You know my cell phone.
Yeah. I got you on it.
I got you on mine. Oh, there
You're in
come the
trouble now.
songs.
Yay.
I got you too.
Oh, perfect, I'll put one at my shop.
Being the head of the party in the county here. Right now.
Well, you
Primaries.
got your signs in the most important places out there
Neutral.
right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
As soon as whatever you say somewhere.
Yeah.
Great.
Really,
Glad to hear it.
I just don't want to.
Right.
Because I have to get run into
Has anything.
Republican national.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Any-
Oh, no
So
kidding.
you're the only one.